Sa dami ng binili ko during the lockdown, this is something that I'm very, very proud to share with all of you. Because after 7 years of working, I finally bought my first Yani, and welcome back to my channel. I blissfully create videos on personal finance, self-development, and leadership. And if you're new here on my channel, welcome! I hope you could subscribe and like this video and hit the notification bell so you will be notified whenever I have new videos, which I upload every Monday weekly. Today's video is something very close to my heart, and I'm excited to share this milestone with all of you because this is something that I'm most proud about myself. Sa dami ng binili ko during the lockdown, this is something that I'm very, very proud to share with all of you. Because after 7 years of working, I finally bought my first property! So, welcome to my condo. Nanikilig pa rin talaga ako whenever I say that because, wow, akin ba talaga ito? Yung gano'n, yung pagpapasok ka dito sa unit. Akin ba talaga ito? Nakakakilig lang talaga. And, you know, this video is intended to inspire you guys to also reach for your dreams because everything is possible as long as you believe in yourself and you believe in the process. If you're proud of me too, I hope you could comment that below because I'm excited to share this with all of you. For today's video, I will be sharing two things. Number one is the story time as to how I ended up buying my first property in the middle of the pandemic. And number two is I will be sharing with you 3 important money tips that will help you if you plan to move out or if you plan to go independent living. So I will start with the story time and the timeline of it all. I'm sure a lot of you are curious as to why I ended up buying my first property or how I ended up buying my first property. So starting with 7 years na kasi ako nag-work. Actually, I started working as a student. I was a working student back in 2015. Nag-work na ako, may business na ako. Small business lang naman, and then I was doing a paid internship. So I could sustain my daily activities in school because my allowance is not enough to cover all of the things that I need to pay for in school. So, nag-work na ako ever since. And when I started getting a regular job and getting a regular salary back in 2018, medyo na-excite din akong gumastos and hindi rin ako masyadong nakaipon. As in, naubos din talaga yung savings ko because of some wrong financial decisions. After that, I decided to work really hard. In 2019, I actually had 7 jobs. Kaya marami din talaga akong naipon. And I wanted that hard-earned money to go to somewhere that will eventually give me passive income, which is a property. I'm saying passive income because long-term wise, I know that I can either rent this out or flip this and earn profit if I plan to sell it out. But for now, I will be the one staying here. Even when I was a student, I was already very clear that I wanted to have my own house. Like, bago pa ako bumili ng kotse, I'll make sure that I'll buy my first house first or a unit or just a place that I know can eventually give me a passive income. So, I was so clear with that. And then came the pandemic, 2020. I wanted to experience to live with my office mates, with my team, with my friends. So, nagpaalam ako sa mom ko. I think it was around December 2020 to go independent living. And then she said, sayang naman yung pera mo in renting, which actually really made sense because we know that when you rent, your money doesn't go to, the property doesn't go to you at the end of the day, diba? Although for some, it is also justified na if kaya mo palang right now is to rent, not settle yet kung saan mo gusto talaga tumira, then that's fine. But my mom made sense to me. So sabi ko, so sige, hanap na lang ako ng property na I could eventually own. So naghanap ako ng mga rent-to-own properties. So come 2021, the whole 2021, naghahanap lang ako bago matulog ng mga property. I had a checklist with me, like the location, the developer. I wanted talaga to have a condo instead of a house. I tried to list down the pros and cons for me if I live solo or if I live with my friends. So yeah, I ended up choosing buying a condo. I will make a separate video as to how I actually narrowed down my options and ended up choosing a condo. Pero separate video na yun kasi mahabang process siya. So anyway, so naghanap ako the whole 2021 and then one morning, I think August yun, parang nakita ko tong property na to. I was looking for three properties actually. Isa to. And then, nag-down na nga ako dun sa dalawa to reserve. Nag-reserve na ako dun sa dalawa. Pero this one, supposed to be dito ma-honor sa akin. But things worked out. Napakabait nung owner and she agreed to my terms. I did not have to loan anything. Nag-down ako nung kaya ko lang. And yung monthly nito is yung kaya ko lang din. Like, I specified everything. And I took that as a sign that, yeah, maybe this property is really for me. Because lahat ng nasa checklist ko, nasagot niya. Except ata sa parking. Except ata sa parking, which meron din naman dito, but you have to pay monthly. Aside from that, everything else in my checklist, na-check talaga nito. Which I will talk about more in the future. Come September, we signed the papers, we finalized the contract, and October, I paid the down payment. Kaya lang yung owner na nakatira dito, nagpapatayo pa sila ng house. So, hindi pa talaga sila makakalipat. So, they requested to move the turnover ng January. Which is good because I was actually planning my mini retirement in November to February. So, sabi ko, sakto lang pala because ando sa States naman ako, hindi rin ako dito titira. And so, February came, swerte din talaga ako na walang quarantine when we went home from the US. So, the construction started, the renovation started, and just the other day, bigla na lang sinabi ng contractor ko na it's done, it's fully done. Although, wala pang gamit. Wala pang gamit, as you can see. Eventually, magkakaroon din yan ng gamit. So, yun na, yun nangyari. The moment I came home from the airport, natulog lang ako, I think 2 hours, and then I came here to check, to inspect, and to feel the vibe, and to cleanse the space before the construction started the next day. So, I really plan to create a lot of contents here and do some vlogs while I live independently. So, if meron kayong maisip dyan na hashtag o kaya name for this house, please comment it down below para naman matulungan nyo ako dahil hirap na hirap na ako mag-isa. So that's the story of the whole thing. Eventually, nag-align ng universe at binigay sa akin tong property na to, which I'm very, very proud and very grateful to have. And so, ito na yung hard-earned money ko, guys. Let's now move on to the 3 important money tips that I'm gonna be sharing with you guys, especially if you plan to move out or go independent living. Na-realize ko lahat to because ang mahal pala mag-move out, guys. Hindi pa ako nakakaalis ng bahay, hindi pa ako nag-move in, and yet the bills are just piling up, the expenses are just piling up. I created this 3 important lists to help you guys decide also for yourself. The first one is a very important part and vital part of your independent living journey. It's to learn how to budget and set a budget even before you move in. So ako, dahil nga December 2020, nag-decide na ako to move out, try solo living. I started January 2021 sa tracker ko, naglista na ako ng possible na gastusin ko if ever na mag-move out ako, like magkano ba rent, kuryente, utilities, internet, the parking, etc., etc. That helped me compute and decide how much income I should get on a monthly basis para if ever I will be moving out, na-practice na ng finances ko na as if may binabayaran akong monthly expenses. At the same time, I also built up my emergency fund para hindi ko na siya iisipin when I move out. Very helpful that you have your tracker as ilista mo na as if umalis ka na ng bahay, magkano, and kaya mo ba? Because that will let you decide saan ka ba titira, kaya mo ba, ano bang afford mo, how much monthly income do you need talaga ba before you move out. Ang maganda dito is that hindi ka mabibigla from not paying anything. Like me, I'm very, very grateful and privileged na wala talaga akong binabayaran sa bahay. If you're like me, tapos mag-move out ka, and then suddenly, sa'yo lahat ng bills, baka kasi mabigla ka and you're not prepared for it. So, better to be more aware of how much things are around you. Even just the minimum living expenses, kailangan mo talagang Number 2, very important, na-realize ko talaga siya lately, especially when I was buying appliances and stuff for the house, is to maximize all the coupons, vouchers, sales, discounts that you can get. Pati yung sa mga bank transfers, yung pag-cash in. Ang laki pala ng fees nun kapag ka nag-pile up. Of course, when I was doing the construction and yung pag-acquire ng maraming mga stuff dito inside the condo, na-realize ko na ang dami ko palang nasasayang na money dun sa mga pa 15 pesos, 25 pesos na bank transfer and cash in. If you would be able to minimize that, then that will be a big savings on your end, which yung savings na yon you can use for other things, other important and necessary things in your life. Be you aware of the small charges kasi minsan yung maliliit na yon pag nagsama-sama, nagiging sobrang laki, tapos manghihinayang ka when you just look at your transaction history or your bill. Recently ko lang nalaman that Moya actually has a free cash in with Smart Padala. Nalaman ko to kasi yung contractor ko gusto niya mabayaran sa Moya. Kaya lang sabi ko, paano ba maglagay ng maglagay ng pera dyan? And thankfully, may Smart Padala sa tapat ng bahay namin. And I know that there's Smart Padala everywhere in the Philippines, kahit saan ka magpunta. They have 60,000 branches nationwide. So, kahit saan ka talaga pumunta, may Smart Padala. And if you cash in the Smart Padala, libre siya, tapos mapupunta na siya sa Moya mo. And a lot of merchants actually accepts payment via Moya. So, parang sabi ko, sobrang convenient niya. And at the same time, ang laki ng natitipid kong money. Pile up pala sa akin yung mga bank transfers and cash-ins because I wasn't too mindful of that. Pero now that it's convenient, it's more convenient because nasa tapat lang ng bahay ko yung Smart Padala. I can cash in easily and put it in my Moya and pay everything that I need to pay online. Even my bills now. So, dumating na nga yung Meralco bill ko. I can pay it on the app. They have exclusive discounts as well on the app for Moya users, like for food deliveries, may groceries din. So, sobrang laking help niya lang because it's just one-stop shop when it comes to all your online transactions. My third and final tip is, if you have your own place, don't be too excited to purchase everything all in one go. It doesn't have to be that way. Pwede naman pala na konti-konti lang. Because you have to be very intentional when you purchase things in your house. Because next thing you'll know, your house is full of clutter already. Di mo na napansin na ang dami na palang kalat, ang dami mo na palang nabili na gamit na akala mo kailangan mo. Here yung plan ko talaga is to just buy the things that I need. So for example, wala pa kayo nakikita ang sofa and TV. Bumili ako ng sofa, but yung TV kasi, hindi naman talaga ako nanonood ng TV madalas sa bahay. Like, hindi ko nga maalala kailan ako last nanood. And I think in 2 weeks, mga isang beses na ako nanonood. BTS lang pinapanood ko. So parang, I didn't see the urge to buy a TV right away kasi hindi ko naman magagamit agad. But for aircon, ayan, everyday ako nag-aircon, so malamang kailangan ko yan. Sofa, yung upuan ko nga inuupuan, just plastic stools right now kasi hindi ko pa naman to tinitirhan. So, bakit ko siya fill up ng mga bagay na hindi ko naman talaga kailangan? More than the fact that everything is very expensive when you buy appliances, I think it's more of being more mindful of how you fill in the place with the energy and the stuff that you want inside your space. So, be very intentional in your purchases. Kung ano lang talaga yung kailangan ninyo, yun lang yung bilhin ninyo. You don't want your place to be filled with stuff that you don't need. Anyway, so that's it for this video. I know that I'm gonna be creating more videos here in this place. So, I hope you follow me para naman magkasama tayo whenever I share stuff that I learned here. I'll be very busy in the coming days because I'll be moving in here. I hope you could journey with me in my solo living soon. And sobrang excited lang din ako na ma-share sa inyo yung mga experiences ko in this house. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video and follow me on my socials at Coach Yani Moya to know more about this and to get updates. Marami akong i-update on my stories, especially on Instagram, on my TikTok, etc. So, yeah, join me and let's create memories together. Bye!